Hey, yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Monster Motors that just talk, real talk. Place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? So y'all remember the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case, trial and all that. Few witnesses spoke, you feel me? But one witness, a key witness, a main witness, never spoke. Never even showed up to trial, I don't think. One by the name Jaquan Smith, right? He was the security guard that night. He was involved in the scuffle and all that. He was the driver. You feel me? Yeah, he never got to speak, and they never got his paperwork or his statements or whatever, because it's like he got paid to, disappear, because the man disappeared. It's like they sent him to Cuba, Argentina, Brazil, Venezuela, or something like that. Rock Nation was like, man, get your ass out of here. It's either that or your ass gonna be dead. That's what I feel like. But listen, man, this was going on now, right? We got the affidavits. We got affidavits. No, we got the affidavits. Listen, sober witness claims Kelsey pulled out a gun in a fight with Megan as Tory Lanez tried to disarm her, which is a story that we could put together in our own minds and figure out. It's like we kind of know what's going on with this situation, but it's like we can't do nothing about it. It's like people with power got their hands all up in this. You feel me? Well, let's get to this. What they gonna do with this, right? The affidavits of Jaquan Smith. My name is Jaquan Smith. I am over the age of 18 years, and I am fully competent to testify. I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on July 2020. That is the basis of the above cited proceedings. Woo! Let that boy cook. Let him talk. Let him talk. I was the driver and bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson, who was better known as Tory Lanez, in July of 2020. Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years at the time of the incident. I had worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He has only been my employer, but I also consider him to be a close personal friend. On July 12, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris were present. Mr. Peterson was at Mrs. Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received a call to come pick up Mrs. Pete and Mrs. Harrison. Mrs. Pete, Mrs. Harris, I said Mrs. Harrison, my fault, y'all. Mrs. Pete, Mrs. Harris, and myself left Mrs. Jenner's home, but I was asked by Mrs. Pete to return because she stated that she had forgotten a shoe. Must have been a Gucci, Louis, or Fendi shoe. When we arrived at Mrs. Jenner's home at this time, Mrs. Harris stayed in the car, while Miss Pete, I keep saying Mrs. is when you married. While Miss Pete exited, Miss Pete did not enter the home at this time, as she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. Both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was bickering, but I was unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. Oh, she must have went back there in the pool and seen Tory with Kylie. Yeah, he back there singing to her in the pool, jacuzzi area. You little freak boy, you Tory Lanez. All right, let me stop playing with y'all. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked. Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car and began to drive again. Miss Pete started the argument again, and Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate, having that sex. Miss Harris was upset by this, as she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner prior to any relationship with Miss Pete. Miss Pete and Miss Harris began fighting. Okay, so Kelsey and Meg start throwing them hooves. Well, let's be real here. It's only Megan Thee Stallion that's throwing the hoof. You feel me? Throwing the horse foot. All right, so let's get into this last page, man. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight and was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Miss Harris is Kelsey. This is what we all see and feel when we see this situation. But what can we do about it? It's Rock Nation. Let's keep it going. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself toward Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. I was still pulling Miss P and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed. And in my opinion, Miss P was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly, within just a couple of minutes. I wanted to present the evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me. And later, they did not call me due to the holidays and court schedule. What? I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial. That is crazy. Because of some type of holidays, you ain't let that man go talk and tell his story, give his statement. He's one of the main witnesses. What type of game they think we playing? They didn't date this man 10 years. So this is a pill paper, I think. You feel me? That man should be coming home. Everybody already kind of felt and seen what kind of incident, what happened there. Listen, Megan Thee Stallion, she rich, she doing her thing. Tory Lanez messing with Kelsey. Kelsey is not, in the industry like that. So she feel like she got something. I got Tory Lanez, blah, 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 and your best friend fucking them. Imagine you sipping, you drinking. Probably was on some type of pill. The emotions. This is females.
I'm tired of this bitch. She always fucking my niggas.
Real thoughts and real talk. So I'm gonna try to comment down below and tell me what y'all think about this. Will Tory Lanez, go to trial again? Like a new trial. Will he be released, or will the powers that be keep that man up in? It's your boy Monster Motus that just talk real talk. Place for real thoughts and real talk. You dig? Don't get caught slipping. Stay up that social media, man.
If there's a problem, you need to know that I'm armed with weapons. Better watch where you stepping. Step on this shit, won't be no luck, gon' be a hard lesson. The competition is garbage, I don't be garbage picking. I'm in my own zone. Look at the hoes up on. Still got the plug number stored in my mobile phone. Studio in my home, I like to record alone. Whoever got the throne, just watch it get overthrown. Watch how my crew evolve from proto into some stars. Fuck all the model bitches, take photos with movie stars. Nigga, I probably hit you if Monster Mo blew with y'all. Bullets from that 4-4 blow your body right through a wall. And now I'm riding with the weight so I can move more. I press a button, plate switch like they roof wall. I get a few more, then I'm on a new tour. The ish too raw, I ain't giving time to cool off. I don't do law, nigga be outie. For now I got the Ford, but I'm getting the Audi. If it's war, I can't afford to get hit in the body. A vest under my shirt make a nigga look brocky.
Yo, you know I never wore those, but feel like I'm putting on those 40B lows. It's a war, yo. Shit you wear when it come and it's cold. Got the juice and it's really coming from the soul. Rockin' red, yelling bees up was one of those. Monster Mo will make you bleed from your fucking nose. My crib be fucking
Tory Lanez.
Man, fuck that game, so I'll get some of them hoes. I gotta motivate, I cannot stay up in the same place. I can't just follow everything she say. I feel like in my time back in the day wasn't no play. It always was a robbery on payday. I carry guns all night, the bitches had mace spray, and why don't do no drive-bys with an AK? Whoever pop the shit on him, I just said they gay. Never say that shit up in my face, okay? The fuck out of here, the fuck.
I bet you Megan Thee Stallion, she just kicked a cow just now in the barn just now. She's tight. What's gonna happen after this? I don't know.